Welcome to the ASMR Horror Podcast, where your spine will tingle and your senses will be heightened in our immersive 5.1 surround sound high-definition experience. I am your guide through the realm of eerie tales, Mr. Savage, and tonight, we embark on a journey into the depths of the unknown. Brace yourselves as we delve into spine-chilling stories that will resonate through every inch of your being, creating an atmosphere so vivid you'll feel the whispers of shadows and the echoes of the supernatural. So, dim the lights, settle into your favorite chair, and let the ASMR Horror Podcast transport you to the edge of your imagination, where fear becomes an intimate companion. Once upon a time, in a small town with houses nestled close together and trees whispering secrets in the wind, there was a mysterious man named Marion Duchene. Marion was not an ordinary man. He stood close to 7 feet tall, a towering figure with a past shrouded in mystery. In the heart of the town, there stood a residential mental health facility, where I, a young psychiatric nurse, started my career. One of the residents was Marion, an elective mute. This meant he chose not to, or couldn't, speak, but there was no clear medical reason why. In his earlier days, he had been a normal man, with the exception of his extraordinary height. Raised in the Deep South, he joined the military at the young age of 19. However, one fateful night, he vanished without a trace. The military declared him AWOL, and eventually, the world believed he was missing and dead. 10 long years passed, and the town had almost forgotten about Marion Duchene when, like a ghostly apparition, a 7-foot-tall man walked into a VA hospital emergency room in the Midwest. He approached the receptionist with an unsettling calmness and declared, "My name is Marion Duchene, and I have been dead for 10 years." Those were the last words he ever spoke. Marion was covered in a thick layer of dust, and he wore the same clothes he had been reported to be wearing on the night he vanished. No one could explain where he had been or how he returned. His social security number remained untouched, and he carried no identification. Yet, through the magical language of fingerprints, they identified him. The family was notified, but to everyone's surprise, they denied his existence. They claimed to have already grieved for their lost man, insisting that the one who stood before them simply could not be Marion. They demanded not to be contacted again, leaving the mystery to deepen. Marion's days at the hospital were strange and unsettling. He paced tirelessly, his mouth moving as if he were talking or muttering, but no sound emerged. An eerie habit plagued him. He would throw his head back, mouth wide open, as if laughing heartily, but not even a breath could be heard. When spoken to, he seemed to listen, yet periodically he would throw his head back in that strange laughter-mimicking way. Despite the efforts of doctors and nurses, various medications had no effect on Marion, neither positively nor negatively. Occupational therapy proved futile as well, for Marion would only grin and, unless explicitly told to stay put, resume his endless pacing. On my last day at that job, I witnessed Marion one final time. In the dimming twilight, he paced in a parking lot, his head thrown back in silent laughter. It sent shivers down my spine, and as I drove away, I couldn't help but wonder if, all along, I had been dealing with a ghost. The unanswered questions lingered in the air, haunting my thoughts even years later. What had happened to Marion during those 10 missing years? Was he truly alive, or had he returned from a place beyond the living? The town whispered with speculation, and the legend of Marion Duchene, the Walking Dead, became a chilling tale that echoed through the quiet streets and hidden corners of the town. Before we plunge deeper into this thrilling story, may I request you to show your unwavering support by tapping that like button and smashing the subscribe button with unbridled enthusiasm. Your actions hold the key to unleashing a torrent of more exhilarating, spine-chilling tales. Join us in this journey of suspense and excitement, and let's create an unstoppable force of storytelling together. Now, let us continue. In a small, remote corner of New Mexico, where the stars painted the sky with their twinkling glow, I found myself camping with my husband and his family at a tranquil lake. The air was crisp, and the scent of the pine trees lingered around us. Little did we know that our night would take a turn into the realm of the mysterious and the unsettling. Our group consisted of about 10 people, and just a stone's throw away, another group of 6 people had set up camp in the next site. The night unfolded as any camping night would, the crackle of a campfire, the sweet aroma of roasting marshmallows for s'mores, the laughter and clinking of glasses filled with fizzy drinks. Stories echoed through the night air as we huddled around the warmth of the fire, sharing tales of adventure and mystery. Then, from the depths of the night, a sound pierced the air, a sound that sent a shiver down our spines. It was the desperate cry of what seemed to be a little girl, pleading for help. We exchanged puzzled glances, for neither group had children among them. The forest around us held its breath, and the night took on an eerie stillness as we strained our ears to decipher the source of the cry. Curiosity and concern sparked within us, and we collectively decided to embark on a search for the mysterious voice together. Armed with flashlights and courage, we ventured into the darkness, the trees casting long shadows around us. The voice, fragile and distant, guided us towards a field behind our campsites. In that open expanse, bathed in the silver glow of the moon, our group witnessed a sight that defied explanation. There, standing about 100 feet away, was a figure that sent a chill down our spines. It was tall, impossibly tall, reaching perhaps 6 feet, and it was pure white, like a ghostly apparition against the night. Skinny and elongated, it stood motionless, emitting the haunting cries that mimicked a little girl in distress. A hushed gasp passed through our group as we collectively held our breath, staring at this mysterious being. Determination replaced fear as we cautiously advanced towards it, our flashlights illuminating the figure in the darkness. Yet, as we drew nearer, the enigmatic figure started to retreat, fading away like mist into the shadows of the surrounding trees. The night, however, was far from over. Despite the figure's disappearance, the unsettling cries persisted, echoing through the stillness of the forest. It was as if the very air was whispering secrets, and the spectral voice of a little girl pleading for help continued to haunt us. Sleep eluded us that night, as we lay in our tents, the echoes of distress tugging at our minds. As dawn broke, casting a golden hue over the landscape, we gathered in a shared sense of bewilderment. What had we encountered in that remote New Mexico night? Was it a ghost, a spirit, or something beyond our understanding? The memory lingered, a ghostly imprint on our camping adventure. Months passed, but the mystery stayed with us. The tale of a white figure and the spectral cries became a legend within our families. We couldn't shake the feeling that we had brushed against something otherworldly, something that didn't quite belong to the realm of the living. And so, the story of that eerie night by the lake in New Mexico continued to be whispered around campfires, a chilling reminder that sometimes, in the quietest corners of the world, the unknown may choose to reveal itself in the most unexpected ways. Thank you once more for tuning in. I trust you thoroughly enjoyed tonight's narrative. Until our next encounter, remain with us exclusively at Mr. Savage's ASMR Horror Podcast.